Hi everyone, and welcome to today's German Hospital recap. As always, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos or recaps. I am in a lot of pain, so I might not be very high energy, so I apologize. And also, if you're here to find out what happened in the last 6 minutes at General Hospital, unfortunately, I cannot help you with that because they decided to cut off the feed 6 minutes in for, yes, a historic landing, but like nothing happened in those 6 minutes. They could have come on at like 3:59 as soon as it ended, but whatever. Sorry, I'm bitter because I'm really in a lot of pain today. Like, I'm in a lot of pain, and I actually wasn't going to do today's video, but with all the video views we've been getting, I was like, you know what, a lot of people count on this, I'm going to do it, I'm going to power through, and then for this to happen, it just really kind of adds insult to injury, because I was going to take a nap, I was going to relax, you know, do something, but whatever. So let's get to today's German Hospital recap, because that's what you're here for. You're not here to hear me whine about being in pain. So at the Quartermaines, Dillon is doubting his dad. Then Maxie and Dillon both talk about their dad. She talks about her relationship with Frisco. He, you know, confides about how he's really feeling about Paul. He thinks Paul's generous, but that he's opportunistic, and he feels like that now that Paul lost his family, Dillon and Tracy are just fallbacks. And Maxie apparently keeps in contact with Frisco, and she's like, you know, he might not always be there for me, and like, you know, he might not, you know, be the kind of dad that comes to every birthday party, but, you know, whenever I text him, he always texts me right back, or has one of his people do it if he's in deep cover. So you have to take the good with the bad, you know? And just Dillon doesn't want to think that Paul is trying to manipulate him. And then it seemed like they had a talk at the end, but I don't know, because all of a sudden it was like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, special report. I can't stand ABC. Do you know how much I can't stand ABC? At Ava's, Ava and Paul's conversation continues, and Ava points out that she would be assuming all the risk, and Julian would think that she set him up. And Paul's like, yeah, but you've done worse to him, and he hasn't held a grudge, so... and Ava says her #1 priority is getting Avery back, and Paul points out that even if Sonny drops out of the picture, any court and any person with a brain would consider Carly a superior mother to Ava Jerome, and, you know, if she worked with him, he could drop in a good name in family court, or he could drop, I don't know, he could get a judge to give her daughter back. That's in her favor. Good word in the judge with her favor. I don't know. Plot twist, though. Plot twist, Paul Hornsby is the new district attorney, so some of this definitely makes a lot more sense now. And she can either join him or be his first conviction. What would you choose? And Ava tries to offer him a buyout, and he's like, yeah, no. And she finally agrees, kinda. She can't really say no. And he leaves. At the hospital, Sonny calls Jake Jason and talks to him like he's Jason. And Liz looks horrified, to say the least. And he's insisting that that's Jason, and Carly corrects him, and Liz tries to calm him down. Jake decides to play along now. And he tells Sonny he'll take care of it, you know, he'll find Michael, he'll do all that. And, you know, it's just so painful, and I should know, because I'm in a lot of pain today. But Sonny knows, he does, and Elizabeth is literally the devil. Oh, God. I think I had a bit of a mood swing at that point. I literally wrote, Elizabeth is literally the devil. That's really mean. But Carly apologizes to Jake for all the Jason stuff, and Carly and Jake keep talking about Jason and how, of course, she would still want her best friend and her family's protector around. And Liz is watching this whole thing, and then Sonny yells to Carly from the hospital room, "Where's Jason?" And I guess this is funny to me. I don't even know what I'm feeling. But Carly then decides to play along with it too. And Elizabeth is going to have Patrick look over Sonny's medication so they can keep these confusing moments down to a minimum. And I'm like, okay, yeah. Sonny's not confused. He knows exactly what he's saying. He knows, Elizabeth. He knows. And Jake decides that he's going to go look for Michael like Sonny asked him to. And Elizabeth's like, no, you don't have to do it. And Jake's like, I told him I'd do it. He might be confused, but I can still do this for him. And Elizabeth is just trying to talk him out of it, and Carly's like, look, he's an adult, he can handle himself, he can make his own decisions. At the penthouse, TJ calls Morgan and leaves a message for him. Rick comes over. TJ's still blaming himself for Sonny getting shot. Rick roundabout says that Julian's dating Alexis to have someone to defend him. And then TJ does this weird thing where he's like, well, if Julian could lose all his power and everything, wouldn't you do everything you could to make that happen? So, like, kind of looking for validation and sending Morgan after Julian, I guess. But, you know, whatever. That's a weird thing. A lot of characters do on this show. And Lomax fires Rick, so that's not good. And TJ is upset because he knows it wasn't Rick's fault. And then at the end of the scene, Rick leaves to go somewhere. I don't know where, though. I don't know if they said. I don't know. He might be trying to find the recording, because if he finds the recording, then he can have his job back, or just not be the scapegoat for something he didn't do. At the cabin, gunshot. Dun dun dun. So Morgan, sorry. Their names both start with M. So Morgan shot at Julian, but Julian ran and fell and kind of knocked himself out, because this is like Breaking Bad. And Michael is holding Alexis back. Michael tries to talk Morgan down and bring up how Morgan and Dante stopped him from shooting Sonny and ruining their whole family. And then Morgan pushes Michael and then grabs up Julian to shoot him. Julian's kind of, he's conscious, but he's like, ooh, you know. So Michael tries again. He tells him how he won't be able to help him if he kills Julian, and he'll wind up in Pentonville. And Michael and Sonny, you know, we don't want that for you. Michael's like, Morgan is like, you don't know what Dad wants. And Michael's like, yes, I do, because he's the one who sent me here to stop you. So that kind of gives Morgan pause. So then Michael tells Morgan that Sonny woke up and remembered what Morgan had told him. And then Michael succeeds in talking Morgan down. He basically uses the tactic of, it's Sonny's decision when and how to retaliate, and you need to leave that up to Dad, because he doesn't care if Julian lives or dies, but he does care about you. And then Julian makes a okay, so now Morgan's let go of Julian. He kind of walks to the other side of the room. Michael, is over there, whatever. So then Julian's, trying to get up. And he makes this comment about how at least one of Sonny's sons knows what's good for him. So then Michael comes over and just, kicks him really hard right in the stomach. And when that happened, I'm not gonna lie, because I'm, laying here on the couch under my blanket, you know, feeling sorry for myself. And as soon as Michael kicked Julian, I literally, popped up and I was like, oh! And then the pain hit me and I'm like, ow! But, it was so worth it, because, oh my God. So then Michael threatens him. And, he's so in this. He is so in this. And he says, you know, Julian, you might have started this war, but the Corinthos family is going to finish it. And I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. I'm so into this. I've always stored my support around Michael, no matter what Michael's doing. I love Michael, and that will never change. But, I love Michael so much. He's such my favorite. I love him so much. So then, end scene. I was just about to write stuff down, and then ABC News. It's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So, yeah, I mean, on one hand, I guess, yeah, it's a historic moment. But, you know, from what I saw, the Pope didn't even get off the plane yet. At the 6 minutes, because I kind of kept it on to see if anything historic was going to happen. But, you know, another side of me, I get that it's a historic thing, and maybe it wouldn't feel like such a big deal that they cut it off today if they didn't have such a history of just randomly cutting into the show and cutting off the show. So, it feels like more of a pattern of disrespect. So, this, normally, I'd be like, oh, I get it, and, you know, the rational part of me is like, yeah, I get it, but then the other side of me is like, ABC, I hate you so much. So, yeah, Alright, I think that's it for me. I'm gonna go upload this and then maybe take a nap. I don't know. I have to drive for 45 minutes today and I don't know if I'll be able to do it. But in any event, I will see you tomorrow for more General Hospital. I'll be feeling better by then. I hope you have a great day, a better day than me, and I will see you then. Bye!